Welcome to Hawthorn Hideaway. For my birthday this year, Mrs. Wizard very generously booked a magical romantic getaway in the heart of the English countryside, in a place called the Hawthorn Hideaway. We'll be staying in a lodge in the middle of what is effectively a private wood on some working farmland, and just enjoying the kind of relaxation that seems to calm you down to your very soul, that only nature seems capable of invoking. So we hope you find watching this video as relaxing as we did experiencing it. And upon parking up, we were instantly greeted by a brace of very curious, very goth-looking ducks. And having met the wildfowl, it was time to get our bearings. Swan Lodge will be our home for the next couple of days, and what a beautiful home it proved to be. Just in case you got lost on your way from the car park, there's this helpful little chap here to let you know that you're on the right path. I was instantly taken aback by the majesty of that king-size bed. And the lodge was incredibly clean, incredibly welcoming, incredibly cosy. It couldn't have been more idyllic. And the log burner here was a lovely touch, not that we actually got to use it, given that the weather was very kind to us during our stay. And in the fridge we found that the owners had left us a very generous bag of bangers and bacon, ready for a birthday breakfast tomorrow. And the bathroom was impeccably clean, and that detail on the tap with the brass swan spreading its wings really was a nice little touch. And the welcome hamper was perhaps one of the most generous I've ever encountered. Fresh breads, honeys, jams, cereals, mushrooms, and a handy guide of things to do in the area. We just couldn't ask for more. Some very nice and very comfortable his and hers robes. And then we thought we'd go out and explore the lovely nature setting that we were staying in for the next couple of days. However, we had a couple of surprise guests who seemed to be implying that we were staying in their gaff. Eventually, we realised that if we put our hand on the door handle, this was just enough to make the chickens move away from the door so we could open it and get out. But it did seem like they were just waiting for us to leave so they could come back and reclaim Swan Lodge as their own. But with the door locked, we thought we'd take our chances and go and explore these beautiful woodlands. During our stroll, we happened across this beautiful yurt in the middle of the woods. And we mused over what an idyllic setting this would be for a yoga class or some kind of therapy massage, something like that, or just a place to spend some lovely romantic time with your significant other. And I did somewhat lament that we hadn't booked the place for ourselves. Little did I know, Mrs. Wizard had us covered. To the left of the screen there, you can see the cylindrical sauna, which again opens up even more options for relaxation in this wonderful, tranquil countryside haven. It seemed that with every step we took, there were secret destinations just waiting for us to discover them. From the wooden sauna, to some picnic benches, to a larger dining area up towards the canal. The woods really were a place of secret treasures just waiting to be discovered. And then we happened upon the woodland kitchen. Now for us, this was a truly magical place. A place where you could prepare your own meals over hot coals, in amongst the thickets, the flora and the fauna of nature, yet still protected from the rain and the wind and any other weather elements. From the throws on the seating area to the fantastic views looking out from the windows at the bright verdant plants backing onto the water, we knew we had to come here and prepare a meal. And the larger outdoor dining area just opposite the woodland kitchen was dotted with these fantastic wooden thrones that Mrs. Wizard and I did agree would make a perfect addition to the seating area around our fire pit. And there was also a houseboat on the canal, which you can also rent from the Hawthorn Hideaway as another romantic getaway, something we may be considering in the years to come. And as we turned away from the wind rippling over the water, Mrs. Wizard told me we needed to get back to Swan Lodge and I needed to put on some decent clothes ready for the evening. I had no idea what this would entail, but I was about to be very pleasantly surprised. And as we entered the yurt for the second time that day, there was romantic music playing and a table set for two right in the centre below the skylight. This was the perfect romantic setting that Mrs. Wizard had organised for a beautiful 3-course meal served to us by our very own private chef. And so of course we wanted to capture as much of this magical occasion as possible so we could share it with you guys. Before the meal began, we were served with some of the fluffiest homemade tiger bread I've ever tasted, complete with some homemade salted butter. And the bread was swiftly followed by a ham hock bonbon starter on a bed of pea puree with asparagus and a perfectly crisp parmesan tuile. This was followed by a main course of perfectly cooked medium rare Chateaubriand, and this was served with a wonderfully buttery potato galette and some fresh seasonal vegetables and a jus that was simply made from the pan juices but packed all the flavour you could want to accompany this fantastic main course. And I am going to take this opportunity to give a shout out to Sammy from Chalet Girl Catering, who not only served some of the most delicious food I'd eaten in a very long time, as hopefully we've evidenced here, but also was the perfect host. When it came to serving, she was the perfect balance of discreet and attentive all at once. So if you need catering for any kind of private function, Sammy is a freelance caterer, and so I will leave her details in the description so you can check out the services she offers. After such a generous starter and main, I was convinced I had no room for dessert. However, this was a 3-course meal, and so I did really want to see it, so I asked Sammy to bring it out, and as soon as I saw it, of course I had to eat it. We're talking rhubarb sorbet, we're talking beautifully smooth frozen vanilla mousse, we're talking some texture coming in from those crushed biscuits, and then the really beautifully sharp, astringent bite from the sea buckthorn and the rhubarb syrup there. I ate the whole thing. So by the time we'd finished eating like medieval French aristocracy, it was dark outside, and the Hawthorn Hideaway had one more surprise for us that day, and that was the beautiful light show that just really imbued the woods with a magic that has to be seen to be believed. After a magical stroll around what can only be described as a fairy tale setting, it was time to get back to Swan Lodge for a good night's sleep, ready for tomorrow's birthday celebrations.
Happy birthday!
Thank you very much, Mrs. Wizard. Amazingly well wrapped. That's nice. I can't tell what it smells of. Smells of nice wood.
It is.
Nicely wrapped. Cool, weight at all. Oh my god, that's amazing! Jesus! That's freaking awesome! Thank you very much, sweetheart.
That's awesome, isn't it?
That's fantastic, yeah. Oh, that's brilliant. That's so cool.
Oh, that's going to be so cool.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be amazing. Can't wait to get that in the shack. Oh.
So the logo on the front is the wooden designs. If you look at the logo again on the packaging, so you've been commenting on Instagram about these guys.
Oh, those guys. Yeah, of course.
So shout out to Wooden Designs.
Oh yeah, thank you, my friend. That is fantastic work.
Isn't it amazing?
That is absolutely
It's all handmade.
brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So glad we found you on Insta.
Yes. So you'll be seeing many a cook
Yes,
on
definitely.
that. So
Oh, that's fantastic.
thank you very much for making Mr. Wizard's birthday so special.
Yes, thank you very much indeed. One very happy wizard. I just want to give a shout out to Wooden Designs. I'm going to put their handle along the bottom of the screen there, because if you need any wooden designs, you need to get in touch with these guys. This was given to me today by Mrs. Wizard, and I never thought our logo could be rendered so accurately and so professionally. I absolutely love it. I feel immortalised, so thank you very much, Wooden Designs. This is fantastic. I can't wait to get this in the shack. Thank you very much. And with that, it was time for birthday breakfast. Mrs. Wizard kindly took charge of looking after the veggies. While I dealt with the fire. with those coals roaring and the cast iron finally heated, it was time to get some food on. And with a hearty breakfast cooked, seasoned and in our bellies, there was time for just one last walk around the beautiful woodlands of the Hawthorn Hideaway before it was time for us to pack up and head home. So it just remains for me to say a humongous thank you to Chalet Girl Catering. Sammy, your food was absolutely impeccable and you gave us a feast that I will not forget for a very long time. A huge thank you also to Wooden Designs. Again, you created a present that I will get years and years of enjoyment and use out of, and again just made that birthday a little bit extra special. Thank you so much. And of course, a huge thank you to the Hawthorn Hideaway for giving us such a wonderful setting in which to enjoy this birthday celebration. Mrs. Wizard, a massive thank you to you as well for arranging it all. There were so many surprises. You are the best wizard wife. And of course, a huge thanks to you guys for joining us on this journey. We really hope you enjoy watching this video. If you did, please consider giving it a like and do think about subscribing to the channel so you never miss any of our videos, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you always get alerted when we release a new one. You can also follow us on Facebook and on Instagram and on TikTok. And if you're interested in any of our recipes, don't forget to subscribe for free to our Substack. It is free for now, but it won't be forever. Thank you again for joining us on the Pitwater Smoke Shack channel for this journey into the beautiful English countryside, and we look forward to seeing you next time.